Welcome to Souped Up Recipes. I'm Mandy. Today we're making garlic steak in black pepper sauce. Sounds amazing already, right? What's more amazing about it is that it's so easy to make. Everything can be done within 15 or 20 minutes, perfect for a busy day, especially when you come home from work. All right, let's get started.
My favorite cut for this recipe is ribeye steak, as it delivers a rich, buttery, beefy flavor. This is about 3/4 of an inch thick. Cut it into 3/4 of an inch cubes. Add 2½ teaspoons of cornstarch. This will create a starchy layer which locks in the juices. Sprinkle ½ teaspoon of baking soda. This will break down the tough meat fibers and tenderize the beef. 1½ tablespoon of Chinese cooking wine. If you don't have it, you can use dry sherry or even beer will work. Non-alcohol replacement for Chinese cooking wine varies from recipe to recipe. In this case, you can use 1 teaspoon of ginger juice plus 2 teaspoons of water. We then add salt to the marinade because all the flavors will be in the sauce. You will need 2½ tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, a ton of freshly ground black pepper. This is what makes me obsessed with this recipe because you really get to taste the peppercorns. Of course, you can cut down the amount based on your preference. Some water, sugar, sprinkle a little bit of Sichuan peppercorn powder. Last, drizzle in 2 teaspoons of dark soy sauce for the color. Mix well and set the sauce aside. Next, we're going to prepare a lethal amount of garlic. Just joking, but I am using 4 whole bulbs, about 50 to 60 cloves. My standard here is that you want 1 bite of beef and 1 bite of garlic clove. The most important tip here, buy the garlic that is already peeled because it takes too long to peel 4 whole bulbs. Some of you may have never used so much garlic in one dish. If you have, please tell me the recipe. We'll be friends. All right, we have everything ready. Let's cook. I am going to use a carbon steel frying pan. A cast iron skillet will also work. Turn the heat to medium-low and add a drizzle of oil, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. Toss in the garlic and saute for a few minutes or until the surface becomes slightly golden. Just like that. Turn off the heat and take them out. Make sure to tilt the pan so you can leave the oil behind. Now let's crank up the heat to maximum. Wait until you see a slight smoke coming out. Add the beef. Spread it out. Let it sear on one side. The original recipe, the beef is deep fried. I changed it to pan searing, which is so much more friendly for home cooking. Once the beef is nice and golden, flip to the other side. Keep waiting for a minute or two. The spirit of this dish is fast and delicious, so you only need a couple of minutes on each side and do not overcook the beef. That looks so good. Turn the heat to low. Let's introduce the garlic back to the pan. Pour in the sauce and mix thoroughly. The pan is still very hot, which will caramelize some of the seasonings and develop more complex flavors. That is stunning. Before you turn off the heat, quickly add 2 teaspoons of butter and toss to melt it. You didn't hear me wrong. We are using butter. This is actually a fusion recipe that was created by a master chef called Wu Liantang at the Sheraton Hotel in Tianjin, China. He came up with this idea right after the exchange and study at the Sheraton Hotel in Singapore. Until now, this has been one of his signature recipes. This goes incredibly good with white rice. The idea of using butter with Chinese seasonings is genius. The sauce is so rich, savory, and buttery. The black pepper stands out and pairs really well with the succulent beef. The garlic cloves becomes mild and gentle after sautéing. It tastes more like a root vegetable. Very interesting. I just could not stop eating them.
I hope you give this a try soon. As always, the recipe will be on my website, soupedupresrecipes.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!